Good afternoon and welcome to the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup here in Sydney, Australia. Shona Thorburn alongside Azania Stewart bringing you today's action. Li Mang, first shot of the game, rolls in and out, but who's there for the offensive rebound? Can't finish, they kick it out to Wang, and Wang's shot's off, so a couple of missed opportunities for China.
Straight away, and lucky for Belgium, that's 3 attempts at the basket, and they don't come up with anything. Linskins down low.
Well, Belgium trying to get something going. And tough shot by Massey, well off, so good defense there by China.
And such good patience there by Li Mang, incredible.
Almond. And she finds an open Delaire. 3-point shot off the front of the rim, though.
And that's a wide open shot for her. She's got to hit that.
And against China, you're not going to get a lot of wide open looks. And if you can't take advantage early, it could be a long afternoon. Wang. And nice hands. Oh, they're going to say it's off her.
Yeah, it was a good
Sorry,
hands.
Yang.
Yeah, Linskins just managed to get a little slap down on the ball here. Look, we'll have a look. And it did.
Oh, it hit her leg. Yeah, good
call.
The right call. I'm also a big fan of the captain, Yang Liwei, number 7 for China.
Oh yeah, you like a bit of leeway, don't you?
Nice pass to Linskins, and good job by Belgium as they are now on the board. Wang, back to Meng, and she drives. But how about that tip to yourself as Linskins gets a hand on the ball, and it's going to be a jump ball.
Wow, incredible hands there, back-to-back. Good hands by Linskins, excuse me, and now she gets the reward with the arrow, and it's Belgium's ball.
Julie Allemond. And how about that? She takes it all the way. Yang Liwei a little bit too aggressive with the full court pressure, and Julie does a good job of reading it, and that's a foul.
That's an easy one too, but good job.
So she makes the first.
Shot of the Belgian fans there. They've made their way to down under.
Second is good. And that man right there, folks, Wout van Aert, who just finished 4th place out here, one of the most famous cyclists in the world, supporting the Belgium Cats. How great is that?
Love that.
Li Mang. And off the back of the iron. Let's not forget, this is a lot of games in not too many days, as they've only had 1 game off in this entire tournament so far.
Travel, yep, easy
so
to
5th
call.
game in 6 days. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, 5 games in 6 days.
Sorry, yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, 5th game, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the legs must start to feel very heavy.
My legs feel heavy.
Yeah.
For them.
We went for a run this morning and Shona left me in the dust. But yeah, this is hard, Shona. This many minutes in such a short time. It's important how teams use their bench and their subbing.
Almond. Baseline penetration, tough shot, great block by Lee.
And that's tough. She tried to use the rim for protection, but Lee is 6'7". It's a tall order to score against.
And open 3-point shot is off the mark by Ben Abdelkader. What do? You just throw it up. Oh, Lee with an unusual miss. She's actually right-handed, but she really prefers to finish around the basket with her left hand, and just an easy miss for her. Linskens takes her off the dribble, goes all the way. A great floater by the big man from Belgium. Big woman, excuse me.
Linskens, love that move. Way to be versatile. Put the ball on the floor. She's averaging 12.5 points this tournament so far.
And Li Meng goes up against the smaller Allemande.
I'm a fan of
Linskens is great.
Oh,
she had a wonderful 2018 World Cup, kind of, you know, put her on the map, like a lot of these Belgian players. Just her versatility. We saw her take it off the dribble.
She's
pick
strong.
and roll.
Yep.
You know, she's strong. She can shoot from three. She can, you know, she won't do it often, but she will definitely attempt three-point shots. So with that basket, China says, we want to talk about it, as they call a timeout.
Yeah, good start from Belgium, putting up 8 points here. And I don't blame China. They'll make a few subs, and let's listen in to the timeout.
西班牙挡拆就是高低位啊，就是高低位，所以那个内线你们要呼应，从后面要告诉他，西班牙挡拆，知道他自己抱着，不要被挡死了啊，完两个外线之间换，我们机会都出来了，啊，机会都出来了，知道稍微稳一点啊，这一次进攻那个。这一次进攻完了12做啊，从你那边开始啊，你那边开始，完了这边结束啊，完了李梦有机会，李梦去打，知道？李梦如果没机会插走，完了你来啊，来打的弱侧啊，完了他防挡拆防的非常不好，非常不好，不要跳起来传球，对吧？如果一旦你没有上篮的机会，你就知道，你昨天给你看了，对吧？把那些球都处理好，加上防守啊，是不是？
Well, my Chinese isn't that good, but I did hear Coach Wei say Linskens, so obviously she's saying, hey, don't let her get going. She's looking good. She's had some backdoors. She's had a nice little dribble, and she has 4 points for Belgium.
Yep, you said it. Good job by Linskens. So now Belgium looks like they're in a 1-2-2 zone. Not sure I would go zone against such a good three-point shooting team in China. Han Chu, turn around. How do you defend that?
You can't. Incredible turnaround, and she knows it. Who's up there with her? She's 6'9". Nobody can defend that.
And a fight for the ball is going to go out of bounds and stay Belgian ball. Well, good job by China coming out of that timeout and going exactly to the mismatch as Hong Chu just turns around and shoots right over Massey.
I like that. She's so versatile. We talked about it for being her height. She has lovely skill around the basket, and then she has guard skills. We've seen her shoot step backs. We've seen her come off screens and shoot the ball, and right there, nice little turnaround. Yep.
Strong take, left hand finish off the mark. Linskens almost comes up with the ball. Good job getting back on defense, but unfortunately, oh, what a block by Massey. Huang follows it and finds Han Chu. An easy opportunity, missed, and Julie Allemand comes up with a rebound.
That's really not like the post players there.
No, and that's the first possession of the game, we saw 3 easy misses by China as well. Maybe coming into this game a little bit fatigued or too relaxed. I don't know.
No, I just think, you know, your usual shots that you would make, now your legs are heavy. Shot goes up.
Allemande, deep 3, shot clock was winding down off the mark.
Great box out there by Li Wei.
Nice pick and roll action by Meng as she has the smaller Ben Abdelkader, on her back, who has to foul.
I really enjoy this Chinese team, Shona. There's so many options and there's so many things to like. Obviously, their transition as Linskens takes a well-earned break. But Li Meng, she's a tall guard, just takes her time around the rim. She's 27 years old. She's been a part of this China team for a fair few years now.
Oh, another block by Massey. and that's going to be, I believe, her second block of the game. So she gets beat, but continues to play and is able to block Wang from behind.
Belgium playing hard here as they're going to send some subs in. Van Loo is going to give us some magic. You know she loves a few tricky passes behind her head. She's been in some highlights already.
She definitely has, along with Lizoa Mbaka. Li Meng. And ball out of bounds will go to Belgium. So now Belgium going with a rather small lineup. Great defense by Huang.
3-on-2, they have numbers.
Han Chu. Such a soft touch for a big player. Wang comes up with the rebound. They get it inside. Well, later call,
yeah.
But it was a foul. And you see Han Chu, yeah. She knows she should have made that.
Yeah, especially with the smaller player on her. But yet again, short. And this is where you start to see the fatigue. Nice little pass. And you have no choice but to foul. And really, what was Lizoa Mbaka gonna do? You know,
you have to foul.
She's half the size.
Maybe try foul before the shot.
Maybe hang on to her arms.
Yeah.
I don't know. Box out also. Good soft touch there. Anyway, by Han Chu.
Lizoa Mbaka gets it to Van Loo. You mentioned it, Van Loo's been on a highlight reel as she penetrates, but was intimidated, I think, to go up. Kicks it out to Allemande. And almost a turnover. They got to put it up. They do, and that's off the mark.
And here comes China.
Li Meng. Turnover and a 2-on-1 opportunity. Allemande can't finish, but Lizoa stays with the ball, and it will be a kickball, so back to Belgium.
Allemande disappointing too. Both these teams short. You know, this is where we start to see the 5 games in 6 days really taking effect. Easy layups that they would make every day with their eyes closed are just short. It's not their fault. It's a tough tournament, Shona.
Allemande.
It's a lot to ask. You never play this many games.
To Massey. Massey goes up strong and finishes. What about this? Yang. That was after a made basket, not able to convert, and now we have a 4-on-3. Van Loo drives baseline, and what a finish from her.
I love that little scoop by Van Loo. Usually, you got to be careful and keep your hands ready because she's going to pass it off, but that time she finishes. Nice finish. Belgium up here, 12-8. Can China respond?
Well, that shot's off. Nice hustle by Allemande. She got lucky. You've talked about it. You don't always want to save the ball on the defensive end in case you pass it directly to the offensive team. But this time, no worries, as ball is for Belgium.
Yep, Allemande will take a break, well-earned rest, because she's putting in a shift.
Belgium, Van Loo, skip past Lizoa Mbaka. She's got to do something, and that's going to be a turnover. Li Meng out to the racetrack, so she doesn't finish that one. Great fast break by China.
Beautiful fast break. Li Meng hanging in the air, double clutching and finishing. China have answered. They're down 2.
That's going to be a foul going against
Wang. She's not happy.
No.
Let's have a look. Have a look at that shot, just as they think it's a foul, but she'll go to the line. You know what, the referees haven't been wrong many times in this tournament. I've really enjoyed, is it their play? Is that what you call it? We've enjoyed their play? I don't know, we've enjoyed their referee.
Yeah, it has been more physical. We've talked about that, but it's been very even. And the teams now who are figuring out how to play that physical game, like we saw last night, Australia and Canada, it was a great basketball game.
Yeah, it was tough. I feel like we even did, Mali, Serbia, tough, hard-nosed, physical, and then we're seeing here again today, another tough game. Well, Van Loo hits that free throw, even though the crowd booed her.
The crowd is mostly made up by the Chinese fans, and great job there to find the open shooter, Wang Siyu.
Beautiful play by the Chinese. She was wide open. It was great screening, and they got exactly what they wanted.
So reach and foul going against Huang, and she's a little confused by the call.
Maybe because it's been so physical, they've got away with that, but now, no. Hun, that's a foul.
Belgium with a new shot clock. Just under a minute to play here in the first. Lizoa Mbaka gets it over to Van Loo. Julie Van Loo stops, little fadeaway, and just can't make it, but Massey there for the offensive board. Linskins, she could shoot that, in and out. Delau tries to tip it back. Now China with an opportunity to run. Hanju, what a move. To sprint down the floor, catch it at the free throw line, cross over and finish with your left.
So talented. I love it. You know I love post play, and right now that's a battle between her and Linskins.
Well, one shot opportunity here for Belgium. They got lots of time, but Linskin was open on the baseline and thought about it, but now China with an opportunity. And it's gonna count, folks! Wu Tong Tong at the buzzer!
Wu Tong Tong with a lovely finish, and the crowd love it. And I just got goosebumps. That was a beautiful finish, right on time.
And an exciting first quarter. China with a slight three-point lead, 17-14.
And what a game of runs. And there we have the stats. Both really shooting the same kind of percentage, 38 for China, 26 from 2, and then 7 from 20 from the three-point line, as we get to see the best plays of the first quarter. Wow, well, China has put up 23s. Is that correct? And we're just gonna go ahead and have a look at that, because I feel like that seems quite a lot. Yeah, they've definitely put up 4 threes. So they're 1 from 4. I thought that was a bit of a wild statement. They're 1 from 4, shooting 25%. Don't worry, I'm here to give you the correct. And hey, that was a clap from Coach Wei.
She claps, she just doesn't smile. But as soon as, you know, I really think this is a podium team. I think she'll crack one if they medal at this event.
Do you think?
I think she'll crack a smile.
But this has been a game of runs. Belgium started off hot, and that girl there, Van Loo, nice little scoop. But then the transition of the Chinese, they're out and they're running, and that lady, Li Meng, is feeling it.
So with Emma Miesman out, we see her, well, she's on the bench. She's supporting her players, her teammates.
She's icing right now. So
with her out, I really think, you know, Belgium could have said, against China, we have no hope. Maybe let's just try and rest up. I understand if we win tonight, we could possibly, you know, finish second in the group.
Yeah.
But they also could have just said, no chance.
Yeah, but you want to...
And they haven't come out like that.
No, they haven't.
I love it.
Yeah, you want to play tough basketball.
China ball to start the second quarter here. And look at this defense by Linskens, and Van Loo comes from behind. She's gonna take it all the way and finishes. Great job by her.
And good pressure by Linskens, getting her hands in the way. But for me, I think China just were a little bit mixed up on that offensive play. And then, you know, Belgium smelt the blood and they were all over it. Van Loo with the layup.
Wu Tong Tong running things for China now. Li Meng with the crossover.
Split.
What a crossover.
Oh, I love it, Shona, I love it. Let me see it. Whoa, split the defense. Nice left-hand layup. I'm excited. This is a great game.
Van Loo finds Linskens, and she can't finish though. Thought she could have just caught it and attacked left-handed.
Yep.
Li Meng. She can do it from the outside. She could do it from the inside, but not that time. Ben Abdelkader is going to have to do something as the shot clock is winding down. Tough shot is off the back of the rim. Massey fighting for the board, but it comes up in Huang's hands. Li Meng
going off right now. You know what I love about her, Shona? She takes her sweet time, and it's like the game goes slow motion for her.
I wouldn't consider her the fastest player on this Chinese team by any means. Very fundamental. She can score inside. She could score outside. Dallaire is blocked by Han Chu. And ball will stay with Belgium.
Yeah.
You know, she's not the quickest. Fundamental, though, so you have to get up and defend her as she has a great three-point shot. She has a quick shot release as well. And I think that's what opens up her driving opportunities. She has a quick first step.
Yeah.
Maybe not a full-out sprint, long
but
distance.
her IQ of the game is incredible.
Yes.
And sometimes when you have that better IQ, doesn't matter how
Allemande.
fast.
Not sure they were aware of the shot clock as Yang Liwei brings it down. Good defense by Linskens.
And that's a tough pass and angle from Wu
Yeah.
Tong Tong into her post player there. She needs to get it to the side and maybe take a little bit of heat off that pass. They're lucky that they get the ball back.
And that shot by Huang is off the back of the rim.
But still, exactly what China wanted. It was an open look three.
Linskens pass fake to Massey.
Ooh. I'm telling you, these post players putting on a clinic right now for us, ladies and gentlemen. Here, Linskens with the nice crossover and the fake. Look at this, crossover, fakes it, ooh, got him, and gets the foul. Beautiful play by the post players, and I'm over here excited. I'll calm down a little bit. I'll take a drink, Shona.
And you mentioned it, Kiara Linskens, 6'4", 193 centimeters. She does have the skills of a guard, and we saw it right there. Taking it off the dribble, she's comfortable. So great job there by Linskens, as she has 5 points for Belgium. Well, Belgium still trailing by 3. Some substitutions now in for China, as we see Zhang Ru, number 10, and number 12, I believe it is checked in. Pan. That's another thing I don't think China really gets enough credit for, is how deep their bench is.
Goes deep.
Goes very, very deep. Tough shot by Pan is off the glass.
What time is it here? It's 1:56. The bank is open.
It's a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday. In Sydney, Australia, we have a great game for you guys.
Linskins, the captain pushing the tempo, finds Wu Tong Tong, and turnover.
And they have numbers, they do push it.
Ben Abdelkader gets it back to Allemande. There's a mismatch inside. They find her. Spin move, Linskins, not able to score though. I think they needed to find her a little bit closer to the basket.
Yeah. But it's the right move. Linskins has to step up with Emma Messerman out. There's extra shots to be taken, and she's definitely being aggressive. 4 on the clock.
Hong Chu for 3, I mentioned it. She can step out and shoot those long shots, but great job on the offensive board is Pan. Yang Li Wei.
Ooh, Shona.
Honestly, for me, she is, you know, top EuroLeague caliber player, WNBA. She wanted an opportunity. I think she can play in some of the best leagues around the world.
And hopefully we might see that highlight from the beginning, but she did it in and out. Right now, the display of skill, the repertoire, the fantasticness. Look at this, we just missed it in and out, took the drive and the finish, and really a hit as well, and gets the soft touch. China putting on a full display of beautiful basketball.
Ok, regardez bien les opposés. Souvent, c'est tout seul à l'opposé en attaque. Là, il y avait du jeu à 2. Becky était toute seule dans le corner. Regardez bien. Ou alors attaquer l'intervalle et renverser le jeu. Ok. Et rebond, ça fait 2-3 rebonds qu'on leur laisse. Faut être un peu plus précis. On récupère. Prochain système, on a besoin de travailler un petit peu longtemps. On va faire 2. Ok. Allez, let's
So, Coach Valerie Desmarais, a little bit disappointed with the defense of his team. Says you need to fake and then drop and get back. And offensively, he wants them to look more opposite. Don't keep the ball on the same side. Don't try and force it in.
Well, good timeout. And you speak fluent French, so thank you for the translation, Shona.
Nice defense from Wu Tong Tong. As you see Julie Allemande getting a little bit frustrated right in front of us. Tough penetration.
They've got to shoot it, they don't. That's the bench's fault. Are people calling it? I don't even know if they're aware of the clock running down.
I mean, I think Julie Allemande knew the shot clock.
Oh,
Delaire can't take a dribble, got to get your shot off.
No, immediately.
Then again, let's not forget, it was well defended by China.
Correct. Let's give them credit, right?
They go inside, that pass is well off. Belgian now, good stop, have an opportunity. Delaire drives baseline, finds Allemande. Strong take, and kisses off the glass, but it does not drop.
They have numbers, China, they do, and they get it in. To Hongshu, 3-on-2. They win that battle that time. That's where China's dangerous.
China is very dangerous.
Yeah,
if you go on the website of this tournament, the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup website, China are literally top 2. Nice bank shot there by Dilar. China are almost top 2 in every important statistical category.
Well, they're playing
one of them
excellent.
that they're not is blocks.
Oh. No?
Yeah,
I mean, they've got
you
two.
would think. But yeah, I think it's just block shots. After that, nice job. Oh, just can't finish is Zhang. Allemande.
Well, they've won all their games, right? They've only lost to USA.
And that was
China,
a good game.
And that was a great game.
Shots off, but it rolls out in the hands of Julie Allemande. She's gonna go one-on-one. She's gonna penetrate. Tough shot, isn't able to make it, but she does draw the foul. So a good job there. It's now a 7-point lead for China as they have outscored Belgium the last few possessions here.
That China game that they lost to USA, they lost by 14. So, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
USA is putting up a fair few points. They just won. They just beat 145 was the top record for the World Cup.
That's the new record now.
The
Yeah,
new
it was
record.
143.
Yeah, so that was incredible. But then also this Chinese team, they put up 107 versus Korea. They put up 98 versus Bosnia-Herzegovina, and then they put up 95 against Puerto Rico. So this team can score and they can fill it up.
What about that speed? Nice pass.
Listen,
How do you defend that?
you can't teach height. Beautiful drive, just pop it up there. Hongshu will go get it. And that is something you cannot stop.
Van Loo back to Allemande as we see Joris in the game for Belgium. Not a bad look, but it's a good defensive play. I mean, China, they read the ball and they read the offense well. And defensively, everywhere you're supposed to go on the offensive end, you have a Chinese defender with you, though.
Yeah, they don't make many mistakes.
Tough baseline jump shot is off the mark by Joris. Belgium, excuse me. China outrunning. Li Meng misses, but Pan there for the offensive rebound.
Lovely job. Yet again, I told you that transition of China is so incredibly fast. If you don't get back on defense, they're scoring on your head every single time.
And Joris, just a tough pass to catch as that ball goes out of bounds. Linskens back into the game for Belgium. Hongshu inside to Li Meng, not able to convert.
With the right idea.
She is tall for a wing.
Yeah.
Allemande. Nice hands, but Linskens is able to get back, and unfortunately, she just turns the ball over. So a timeout is going to be called by Coach Demarais of Belgium.
And I think this one is just a get a breather timeout.
Yeah.
It's not getting out of hand, but like we've said, it's a lot of minutes, guys. They've played 5 games in 6 days. This is tough. You can see the bodies are starting to fatigue. The shots have finally started to drop in, but we'll have a quick listen in to this timeout.
Il n'y a pas besoin de paniquer. On a la balle là, Kiki. Pas de problème. Julien va venir chercher la balle. Et on va jouer. Et les filles, plus ils viennent nous chercher loin, plus on peut driver.
agree with you, Azania. I think it was more of a timeout. It's not getting out of hand. They're trailing, 9 points, 31-22. But there's 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. We've seen how quickly China can just get out and run and score fast and score a lot of points very fast. So if you don't dig down, defend, get a couple stops before half, you could be trailing good double digits very quickly.
And I've told
China.
you, the last 3 games minus the USA game, China puts up nearly 100 points a game. So they can score and they can fill it up. And here they're on 31 with 2 minutes left to play. But I feel like Belgium's doing a good, solid job. Obviously, they've lost MMS, and we've spoken about that. But they're playing hard. You can't say they're not.
So Li Meng, another crossover, comes back to her right hand, not able to finish. Li there. Yuriru with the rebound, passes it off to Meng, and she is fouled.
Well, Li Meng now with her free throws, but she shoots a lot of shots. With that shot there, she's 5 from 13. A lot of offense goes through her.
First free throws of the game for her. Averaging 14.3 points a contest in this tournament. So well on the way to getting her average, as she now has 14 points with just under 2 minutes to play in the second quarter. And another substitution as we see Allemande go out for Belgium, and that's Ramet. Van Loo, tough step back jumper is good by Julie Van Loo.
I like that for her. Good little shot, one leg, that puts her on 8 points.
Li Meng, you said it, a lot goes through her. She has the green light on a lot of possessions, and that is why, Azania.
Oh, she's got the ultra green light, especially when she can light it up from the 15-footer. 14 points now for Li.
Massey going to work in the low post. Nice cut to Linskens, and an easy 2-point basket for Belgium.
Nice cut there. 2-man game between the post players.
Tough take by Pan, as China, just with more hustle, comes up with the offensive board. Li Meng, step back, it's gonna be a 3 if it counts. And another offensive rebound as Meng drives and cannot convert. We've seen quite a few missed opportunities for China that they normally make.
Yeah.
Well, China has a foul to give. There's about a 3-4 second differential, shot clock and game clock. Van Loo. Linskens, not sure she needed to hesitate. Doesn't matter because she knocks down that shot at the elbow. And China now would like to call a timeout as they have 4.7 seconds left in this quarter. Well, the referee here giving a warning to the Chinese player, saying, hey, that's a flopping warning.
Yep.
Next time, it's a technical.
Yep. Good choice. That was a good solid scream by Linskens. We'll listen in to the timeout.
体验就是这样掩护，那个立伟，施宇，小开你看着，是吧？完了韩旭下来啊，韩旭李梦下来，完了去做掩护，完了这样跑这样来，我们的球要传到这儿，传到这儿就开始突了。完，你们俩准备好，谁先防就的，你注意往篮下去，李梦在外面猫着啊，就是换吗？韩旭换啊，韩旭换啊，那你也换，走。 你也换，你去发那个球，不然你去那个也护。
So, Coach Zhang Wei, my Mandarin is not that good as Zania, but she was not too happy with her players.
Yeah. And a good little
And the ball is going to go back to Belgium.
Yeah. Good job.
Right, I thought the referee said Belgium ball. Yeah, so it is Belgium ball. 0.9 seconds left. They throw it up. Nice pass to Massey. Unfortunately, she is not able to score, and that would have brought the Belgian fans off their feet had Becky Massey scored that. Sorry, Billy Massey. So at halftime, China leading, but not by a lot, 35-28 over Belgium.
Well, what a little fantastic play drawn up there with 0.9. Sadly, Belgium couldn't get it together. And China there, 14 from 31, shooting 45%. Only shot 7 three-point shots. Haven't made, only made one, and Belgium haven't made any. Rebounding game going to China, 25-19. And steals go to Belgium, 5-4. And then Li Mang, 14 points, has been incredible. Linskins, 10 big points for Belgium, well needed. And here are the best plays of the first half. This game really a game of runs, typical of basketball. One team goes up, another team comes back, and it's been so exciting for me, Shona, especially the post play. Hung Shu there, nice little turnaround jump shot. That really got me excited, just like Coach Wei.
Yep, you mentioned it. Great first quarter as we saw China with a slight lead over Belgium. I would say that China came out in the second quarter a little bit stronger, but a great, remember Coach Demery called the timeout with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left before the end of the second quarter.
Right.
And he wasn't freaking out, but I think it was a great timeout. And you saw his team dig down, get a couple stops, couple scores in the offensive end. And that's why, in my opinion, you felt like the momentum was all China. But no, just to end it, Belgium really made a little run. And now they're only down 7 as opposed to possibly being down 12.
Yep, I would agree with you on that. Down 7 isn't bad at all going into halftime. And also remember, this Chinese team puts up nearly 100 points a game. 4 of their games, 3 out of their 4 games, they've put up nearly 100 points. So to keep them at 35 at half, solid.
Excellent, excellent defense. You said it, and offense can win a game, but defense wins championships. Both these teams moving on to the quarterfinals, but the winner here today will finish second in Group A.
Big win. This is important. Both teams fighting for this win.
We will be right back after halftime.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands? It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
My word, she did.
Wow. Austin, don't sleep on her.
How about those hops by Gabby Williams to come
stolen
up
out
with the
the air.
steal? As she goes all the way.
Highlight play, put that on the top 10 because that is a steal out of the air and then right on the rim. We love it from Gabby Williams. Nice little skip and finish.
Yeah, great job there by Dembele getting the start for Mali here in this second.
So
Tolo. Backdoor cut. Steph Talbot. One of the biggest baskets of this tournament by that woman right there.
And what about the pass as well?
And China takes it away. Li Meng, no look pass, Su Jin. That looks like they're having some fun.
That is why Li Meng is one of the best players on this Chinese lineup.
They are definitely back in this game. Let's see if they can dig down and get a stop. Anderson, tough make, and she sees her layup roll in while drawing the foul and is gonna get to go to the free throw line.
good move and takes the hit here.
Rebound Han Shu. Yuan, the pass up. Wow, what a move. Wu Tong Tom showing us.
She is doing it right now. She's putting on a show, but I love what she's doing defensively as well. She's staying connected to whatever player she's guarding. Really impressive.
The tournament, so they get really well-established roles. Ezzy says, not in my house.
She almost hit that ball into the first row of fans.
It's like a volleyball spike.
Dumby Kim, scanning. 4 seconds to shoot on the shot clock. Pak has to take it in on a much taller Stewart. What a move! Chi-Chon Pak on Stewart.
Chad Stewart going all over the place. Korea finding ways to keep that scoreboard ticking over. They got their problems on the defensive end.
Oh, goodness me. Amy here says, get that out of here. Welcome back, basketball fans, to the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup. What a game we have for you. Halftime right now. China up on Belgium, but it's a close one. China with a slight 7-point lead, 35-28. And that woman right there, what can you tell me about her? Kiara Linskens, she's been doing a little bit of everything for China.
Yeah, nice little moves. You've seen her put it on the floor. You've seen her shoot the 15-footer. Nice little cut, scoop. She's having to do it all. We've mentioned that Emma Messerman has been out from yesterday's game versus Bosnia-Herzegovina. She's pulled up with a calf injury, and I said Linskens is going to have to do an extra shift, and she is. Now, this is one of your favorites, Shona.
Li Meng, you said it, 14 points already in this contest, 6-13. You mentioned it during the play that a lot of things, especially offensively, go through her. She has the green light.
Ultra green light, and you know why? It's because she's a walking bucket. She does it all. She can post up here. She takes her sweet time, nice little step back. Nobody rushes her, and she really, I've said it in the first half, she really sees the game in slow motion. So Li Meng is sitting on how many pretty points does she have? She's
14.
14, nice.
Yeah, she's hanging out at 14, averages 14.3, so I'm pretty sure her daily average will be reached.
Yeah, 'cause she had 14 versus Korea.
Surpassed.
She had 17 versus USA. She really took it on herself. That USA game, she was going like one-on-one in her bag, taking out all her moves, and then she had 21 big points versus Puerto Rico. So she's right on track to get her average. This third quarter, as Belgium now start to come out, and that's a cute picture of the kids. Belgium start to come out and warm up. This is a big, vital third quarter. I always find the third quarter so important. If you come out slow and sluggish, China will be all over it and will run this game out. But if they come out strong and a tough defense, make their shots around the rim, Belgium will be just okay. They're down 7. And we've got ourselves a game. I'm quite enjoying it, considering both of these teams have advanced, but what's on the line is the second place, and that is really a big aspect of this group, really.
So you said it, they're only down 7. And they're playing without Emma.
Yeah, and that's probably 7 points right there.
More than 7 points. I know she's not really scoring, hasn't been scoring a lot this tournament. Unfortunately, she suffered a calf injury at the end of the third quarter of yesterday's game. And we do know, or we've been told, don't quote us, that it'll be a couple months until we see her back on the court. And obviously her and Julie Allemande, they arrived late. They met their teammates here in Sydney, Australia for this FIBA Basketball World Cup. It's a lot of basketball, not a lot of recovery.
Yeah, and you know what? A lot of coaches, and there you see the leading scorers and leaders of the game for China. A lot of coaches, I've been doing the press conferences after the game, Shona, and even Marina Malkovic from Serbia, who coaches in Turkey, but she spoke about how tough this tournament has been and how tired the players are, because they've come from their regular season going straight into WNBA and then coming straight into the national team. That's a lot of basketball, a lot of miles in the legs, and then how tough this tournament has been. And sadly, she said, you know, we're going to start to see this. We're going to see injuries as we see my favorite player, Hong Xu, with 10 points. She's 4 from 7. She's missed a few bunnies around the rim, and she's got a little frustrated with herself, and 3 rebounds. But going back to that, tired bodies, there's no other time to slot this tournament in?
No. I mean, not with the WNBA. We know that we have Eurobasket coming up next June. You have FIBA EuroLeague, FIBA EuroCup competition, along with all of the professional competitions from around the world. China has their own league. Belgium plays in, you know, European leagues, their own country's league. Australia has the WNBL.
Yeah, but Australia's league's quite short and sweet. So you're seeing a lot of maybe American players trying to come and play in that, because that's short and sweet, and they have to enter the WNBA early. They cannot be late. So a lot of basketball has been played, and we're starting to see that factor of a little bit of fatigue, a few injuries. I like to knock wood because I really don't like talking about it. But these women have been doing a solid, stellar job.
You said it, Azania. Great competition so far.
And great game right here, as you see Emma Messman signing some nice autographs. That's very sweet of her. And great game. Yeah, well, they're down 7. We've seen excellent play from both teams. China putting on the moves and in transition looking like the track stars that they are. And then Belgium really solid, making nice decisions on the offensive end, getting some good stops, but right now, defense for me is important for Belgium to get back into this game.
I agree with you, Azania. as we see, well, I'm trying to take a look at this Chinese bench, and I think some of the stars might not be starting as they are not sitting down. Well, a lot of them are not sitting down. And I talked about it.
Yeah.
China has a bench, folks. We're not just talking about their starting 5. Coach Zhang Wei has not had to play a player more than 20 minutes a game.
Lovely.
That is something so important. As we know, this is the 5th game in 6 days. It's a day off for tomorrow for everyone. And then we have the quarterfinals on Thursday, semifinals on Friday, and the finals on Saturday. So that'll be another 3 games in a row. So an opportunity to rest people.
Is smart.
When you can, you do it. And I think that's why we're seeing some bench players for China play more minutes here tonight. But their level of play hasn't gone down.
Yeah. Hey, Shona, sorry. This is crazy. I didn't even realize and clock 3 games in a row. Quarters, semis, finals. Oh, we're going to see some really tired bodies and no day off in between there.
But we saw Group A do that to open the tournament. So Group 8 had games Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then their day off was the Sunday. Group B had the first 2 games, day off, and then a game.
Then 3 games.
But then they had 3 games in a row. It's a lot of games. If you go all the way to the final, it's a lot of games in not so many days. Well, we see Van Loo right in front of us.
Yeah.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup here at the Sydney Sports Center in the Olympic Park. Belgium trailing China by 7 as Julie Allemond not able to make her left-handed layup, but Massey there for the offensive rebound. Lizoa Mbaka, great start by Belgium.
Exactly what you want, a good offensive rebound and then a wide open layup. Good job by Belgium.
And another opportunity to cut into this lead is Van Loo to Allemond, back to Van Loo. Unfortunately, she can't convert, but Massey there again with another hustle play, gets the rebound. And Van Loo's 3 is good. She made up for that missed layup.
And she says to the coach, I am so sorry about that. I hit
she
the 3.
did look over, right?
Yeah. She said, I'm so sorry, coach. I missed the wide open layup, but I can shoot the 3 to make it up.
Well, Van Loo, we highlighted her there at halftime, and she is living up to our expectations of her needing to step up and come out big. And also, she's been given the starting, role here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and she's obviously energy and a good start by Belgium. Quick 5 points in the first minute.
And same thing, we see Han Chu in for Li Yuiru, and Huang, 3-point shot. She's been quiet. She's also another one of my favorite players for China. Haven't really seen her play at the level that I know she is very capable of playing at. You know what? If China makes a big run to the finals, I think she's going to be a big reason why. Massey. And nice hustle, but Lizoa Mbaka can't come up with it. Now China, as Wang Liwei, the captain, sorry, not the captain, Wang, it's Yang who is the captain. Hong Chu, oh, easy basket. Li Mang there for the rebound, though.
And Lee there for the layup. Really need to get China to 1 shot and the rebound. They can't afford putbacks.
Allemond finds Van Loo. She's hit 1 from there this quarter. That one bounces out. Huang to Wang. Reverse layups blocked by Billy Massey. And the referee says, no, you hit her on the arm.
I would like to see that. You did?
Well, no, the referee said that.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was all. I thought all ball, but then the follow through. When you think about it, she's already blocked it. No, she's already blocked it and then the ball's already left her hand.
But it's the same thing you see at the three-point line. They'll release the ball and they get hit after, and it's a foul.
That's different. It's the landing. It's the landing space in the three-point line. In the layup, not so much. I don't know. I think that's a block for me.
I don't know. I think you see it a lot on jump shots. The ball's released, and then they hit the hands after. And they always call that foul, you know, pull-up jumpers.
Yeah, you're right.
But it was a good defensive play. Unfortunately, not good enough. Allemande. Inside to Linskens. Linskens did not need to dribble. I think if she had just caught it, pivoted, kept it high.
Yeah,
but with that dribble, you had 3 white jerseys around you.
Yeah, and when you take that dribble, it slows it down and gives the Chinese defense a chance to come in.
Li Mang just drives baseline, finds Huang following behind her, and that's 2 in a row for her in this quarter as Belgium want to call a timeout. She was quiet in the first half, didn't play a lot of minutes, but she's making up for it now, Azania.
Yeah, and you said earlier, where has she been? But when she has those wide open three-point shots, look at this, she has time to set her feet, nice little follow through. She's made 2 in a row and she says, yes, it's time for me to step up. Belgium need a timeout to stop this little run. We'll listen in.
Alors qu'on sait que c'est une shooteuse, on l'a joué 2 fois en préparation. Donc, si vous décidez de switcher, et c'est possible, pour elle est petite, il faut être dans ses appuis. On peut switcher, il faut être dans ses appuis parce qu'elle va shooter. Elle roule rarement. Par contre, ça c'est son jeu, shoot extérieur. On doit être plus vigilant. Ok. C'était bien le système corne-bas. On le refait. Allez, let's go.
And there he is, folks. One of the top cyclists in the world, Wout van Aert. Recently on Sunday got 4th place here at the World Championships of Cycling. He's worn that yellow jersey in the Tour de France, a 3-time cyclocross champion. Easily one of the top 5 cyclists in the world, is out here supporting this Belgium Cats team. He is from Belgium, obviously.
Yep. I need to tell my dad that. He loves a little Tour de France. Nice
and Linksens, an easy turnaround, little fade away. Huang has had the hot hand to start this 3rd quarter. She gets it up to Li Mang. That's a tough shot. And Linksens comes down with a rebound, gets it up to Massey. Massey making her World Cup debut along with her twin sister. That's a pretty cool basketball family. Linskens, 3-point shot attempt. How about that offensive rebound?
Nice rebound, second shot chance.
Sanlu for 3, but that all started with Lizoa Mbaka. I mean, she fought for that over the likes of Li Mang and Hangchu.
Yeah, she dove in there, strong rebound. Belgium needed that one, and they got the 3.
Li Mang.
And
well,
Li Mang
another
for me.
opportunity. Good timeout by Belgium because they have come out with a different attitude after the timeout. Unfortunately, a turnover there, though.
And Li Mang, for me, Shona needs to just let the offense come to her. I think she's forcing it a little bit. Obviously, she can make that shot. Let's get serious. She's a top player, but nobody else in the offense is touching the ball. Move the ball around, get it inside, let Hangchu get a touch, and then get your offense going. I think she can get a better shot. You can get that shot anytime in the offense.
Wang now gets it up to Huang, to Yang. And now, you said it, they're moving the ball around a little bit better. Wang. Nice defense by Belgium. They find Hangchu. She steps through, misses. Missed a bunch of easy ones that we typically don't see. Li Yuiru as well as Han Chu.
Miss, hey, around the basket.
Yeah. Massey, Becky Massey now into Linskin. She's been good all game, just doing a little bit of everything. But that shot was definitely affected by the long arms of Han Chu. Oh, Wang with the push off, but it wasn't called.
Yeah, she gets away with that one, but good defense and a solid stop. Ball goes out of bounds, and is this Wu Tong Tong into the game?
Number 6, Wu Tong Tong.
Yep.
She's another one of my favorites because I very much enjoy saying her name.
Tong Tong. It's a lovely name
Guan.
to say.
Han Chu wide open and doesn't make it, gets her rebound.
Well, good job, China, really establishing their post play, went back inside to her. Yeah, again, missing around the rim, but she is bringing 2 to 3 defenders every single time. Maybe she, you know, catches it low and kicks it out to one of her shooters, but either way, she's made her way to the line.
First of 2 is off the mark. And that one well short by Han Chu. Uncharacteristic, 2 misses in a row from the free throw line by her. They go inside. That's Becky Massey. Oh, she can't score. As Li Mang, I said she wasn't that quick. I'm gonna take that back.
Yeah, no, she is. I've seen her out in transition as well. But a good
in
job.
the half court, she's very composed. Maybe that would be a better word, and it seems as though she plays a little bit slower, but I think she plays controlled.
Yeah, and good solid stop by Belgium. So that was about to be a fast break. And Belgium's sticking around here. They're down 6.
Billy Massey gets it off, and tough floater is off the back of the rim as China out pushing it now. Huang, that's her spot. That shot's off. And Ben Abdelkader having a slow game. We've seen her perform in a couple games in this tournament. Nice crossover is Lizoa Mbaka. Some nice minutes here by her in this third quarter.
Yes, solid rebounding, right? And then a nice little crossover move down the middle. Great minutes. Belgium's back within 4.
I remember seeing the Massey sisters, Li Ruiru is going to be fouled. I remember seeing the Massey sisters along with Lizoa Mbaka at the 2017 FIBA U19, I believe it was.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So great job by them continually to grow, and now the 3 of them getting an opportunity to play at a World Cup.
And you can clearly see, as you see Yao Ming, the GOAT of Chinese basketball, that they've got a nice unity. They play together. This team is obviously young and up and coming, but they've got some solid vets. Obviously Emma, Van Loo, Amot. They've got some really nice pieces that have got great experience in the WNBA, overseas, and then they come back. This Belgian team have had some great success in the last couple of years.
And let's not forget Anne Wattez.
Oh, yes. The GOAT of Belgium
basketball. She is definitely the GOAT of Belgian basketball. She experienced a first ever Olympics last year. Ben Abdelkader just cannot knock that one down either. They go inside to Lee. Lee turns around, I mentioned it. She prefers that left-hand side. Misses the first, but gets her own rebound.
But Belgium can't jump with them, right? They've got to box her out because they're missing the first shot. Wu Tong will get that foul. She's not happy. But they have had a warning for flopping. Let's have a look. She comes off the screen. Yep.
Massey didn't move.
No, so they have had a way. Was it one player for a flop? The whole team?
No, one play. I don't remember which one it was, but there was a flopping warning that went to a player on China. Ben Abdelkader. Lizoa and Baka is fouled. Massey. And Abdelkader drives, stops, nowhere to go. And Ramet there with the rebound off of the air ball, catches, goes up, and draws a foul. So she's gonna get to go to the free throw line. So good heads-up awareness here. Ben Abdelkader really had nowhere to go, sort of just threw it up.
Well, that's important, right? It doesn't matter if you have nowhere to go. You've got to put the ball on the rim to give your team an extra chance to try and get that rebound, and they do.
Well, the China fans are booing, but the Belgium fans love it. Misses the second is Ramet. Wu Tong finds Zhang Ru. And smallest person on the court for Belgium comes up with the rebound and is fouled by Wu Tong.
Tough rebound there. And Tong with her second foul, but China is now over the limit, so Belgium will head to the free throw line.
So an opportunity to make up for that missed free throw on the second one last time down. Let's see if she can. And unfortunately, she goes 1 of 2 again. So score is still a 6-point lead for China, just under 2 minutes in this third quarter. Well, Massey might have got away with a foul, but the refs didn't call it, so it doesn't matter. Lizoa Mbaka kicks it out. Ben Abdelkader inside to Massey. Massey can't hold on to it, though. And ball is back to China. Huang. Easy 2-point basket for her.
Smart. Gets that good angle and uses the glass. Belgium might want to put some subs in real quick. Van Loo hasn't played a lot of minutes.
Massey with a big 3-point shot in the corner is Billy Massey.
Yeah, I would make some subs right now, but there's only 50 seconds, so maybe he's keeping them for the fourth.
Yeah, I think he might be. It's a tight game. Oh, just a breakdown defensively by Belgium. So now China up to a 7-point lead. Disappointing with that 3-pointer, and then you give up an easy basket, easy layup on the other end. Lizoa almost loses it. Nowhere to go. Wu Tong.
Got to shoot it.
And Becky Massey needed to shoot that one. Not sure she was aware of the shot clock.
Well, 17.6 is a very long time for China to have an offense. You know they've had less time and scored. So a solid stop needs to be had by Belgium.
You said it, Azania. One possession left for China. Wu Tong Tong. Tough shot. Rolls in, though. And a shot from half is well off by Belgium. So after 30 minutes of action, you keep mentioning how this is a game of runs, and that's exactly what we have seen all game long, especially in this third quarter. China leading 54-45 over Belgium.
And there you see some stats. 2 points for Belgium, 36% and 42 for China, and then a low percentage from the three-point line, 3 for 11 for Belgium. For me, here are some of the best plays of the third quarter that you'll like to see. Belgium right now, I think you trade out. You've played some really solid minutes. The last 5 that were just in looked heavy, in my opinion, just that last minute. But it looks like, let me have a look. Yep, I see Lingskins and Van Loo. Yep, he's made some trades, so.
But you said it, I think it was a strategical move by Coach Valerie Desmarais of Belgium to give his stars, quote unquote stars, or his starters at least, a good break during that third quarter so they can make a big push here in the fourth.
Yeah.
Well, China maybe not scoring and moving as efficiently on offense as we have seen throughout this tournament. And a lot of that, I think, is the defensive effort. We need to give credit to Belgium where credit is due.
Yeah, I think they've done a really lovely job. They played tough, they played physical. Their stars really have stepped up in the missing minutes and points from Emma Messerman, especially Linskins. She's been tough around the basket. So, yep, we see this new 5 fresh legs for this last 10 minutes.
$10 left here. China up on Belgium. The winner of this, all important second place finish in Group A. As Huang had the hot hand in that third quarter, she has started well here in the fourth for China.
Well, you spoke about Wang, right? She really needs to get herself going, and these last possessions, she's been great for China.
Well, Dallaire just nowhere to go as she came to a stop, well, she got the offensive board and pivoted, and I think they say she dragged her foot finally.
Well, 12 turnovers for Belgium now with that travel.
Huang, backdoor pass, goodness me, oh, off the mark is Wang. Van Loo, the pass was intended for. Linskins underneath to Dallaire, and that pass is just a little bit too hard.
No, Dallaire wasn't ready. She was wide open. That's not a hard pass. You've got to stay focused.
Linskins, sorry, Yuriru, falling out of bounds, finds Zhang Ru. Great job there.
Well, this
heads up play, in my opinion.
Yeah, very heads up. And this 5 that started for Belgium, I guess they've been sitting way too long because their legs and their feet are concrete blocks. And the coach has to call a timeout. Look at this here. Just kind of right place, right time.
I'm not sure if she knew she was there or she was falling out of bounds and that's where the ball was going to be thrown.
Great job for China to come out in this fourth. We'll listen in to the timeout.
Là, elle pénètre, personne vient couper la petite passe intérieure. Personne. Eh oh, faut se remettre les filles, hein. Un match, c'est pas 30 minutes. Faut qu'on se remette dedans. Allez, go. Allez.
Well,
use our head, as always said. We've been
not happy. He says, you know, you got to cut off those little passes around the baskets, and that's true. The last 4 points, excuse me, first 4 points of this quarter. One was by number 11, Huang, cutting to the basket. No one was there on the defensive rotation. And then the last basket by China, Zhang Ru, no one was there. Everyone was just watching the ball instead. And, you know, he kind of yelled at them, said, basketball game isn't 30 minutes.
Yep, great points.
And a turnover is going to lead to a layup for Wang, but she's not able to convert as Linskin comes back, pulls down the rebound. Van Loo gets it inside to Linskins, who has the mismatch, kicks it back out. Lots of time left. And Alemant's gonna have to put a tough shot up, as she does, and that one's off. And I thought Van Loo spent a little bit too much time with the ball in her hands.
I would agree with you there, but a good, solid stand by the Chinese. That was great defense. They didn't really have a good look.
And Linskins doesn't even make an effort to get back on her defender after being hit with that back screen.
Oh, I would be so annoyed if this 5 comes in and really looks sluggish to me. They just had their rest that they needed, but really fatigue starting to kick in.
Linskins, great pass by Joris. I agree with you, especially with the effort and the fight that 5 at the end of the third quarter gave.
7,
yes, I agree. Wang, she shoots behind the screen and it's good.
And a lovely job by Wang as she screams and says, yeah, well-needed 3-point shot. And the Chinese again putting on pressure.
Alemant, 3-point shot attempt off the mark. Joris there, and nice fight by her. Doesn't come up with it, but it'll be a team offensive rebound, all because of that woman.
Oh, she's 99. Remember the old school FIBA rules? It used to be 4 to 15, wasn't it? Now you can wear whatever number you want.
Van Loo into Alemant. Joris. Nice 3-point basket by Joris.
Well, I just said 99, and she must have heard me, and she wanted to be on the board. Lovely. Man,
That's actually her first basket of this World Cup, so congratulations to her. Yang Li Wei with the answer.
Wow, man. This Chinese team really pouring in the points now. 16 is the lead.
Nice steal by Wang, and an easy 2-point basket by her as well. Good job by China. And boy, when they want to, can they pick up the intensity?
Yeah, when they want to, I feel like it's always. It's always,
I felt them a little slower today.
Okay.
And another to note, Van Loo, well off the mark.
Well, I think this fourth quarter is really just showing how in shape
China is.
Yep. Their warm-up is a full-blown workout at the start of the game.
Yeah. And what I like is Lee with a tough layup. She was fouled by Van Loo, so she'll go to the free throw line. Again, what I like is their starters, their players who average the most points. Even though this has been a very tough game, and it's been a close game throughout, I know that they're leading by 12 now, but it has not felt like that, and it has not been like that all game either.
No, you're right.
She has been able to go to her bench, and I don't want to say rest, but it'll be a big push after tomorrow's day off for the next 3 games.
And Li Mang is not even in the game. Big scorer.
I don't know if we'll see her again.
No, I don't. I mean, they're on the warm-up. The Chinese go to the corner, start to warm up before they come in.
Right.
So we might see them in the last 5 minutes, because to play this 5 a whole 10 minutes,
True, you're right, yeah.
that's a lot of minutes. So we will see a sub, but probably 5 for 5 maybe.
Lizoa Mbaka to Van Loo. Van Loo drives, finds a cutting Lizoa Mbaka, and that's good basketball.
I like it. Good cut.
Great
from her.
cut.
Yeah, beautiful. That made me.
Also a very nice pass. Oh, but there, what about that?
That's
China
a nice
says,
pass.
Hey, guess what? Don't forget, we had, oh, and what? Just miscommunication. You cannot take a possession off against China as Yang with the steal and the easy basket.
The thing is, they can't trade. They can't trade baskets with them. And the pressure is just getting hotter and hotter in here. China really getting up in the passing lanes, getting steals.
Van Loo. Tough layup is good.
That is an and one. She says, oh my gosh, could you please call us?
Lee. And that's a foul. So what I was gonna say to you, Azania, when I almost fell off my seat,
So
was
exciting. Yeah.
China,
Let me hear it.
this team, they played, they played Puerto Rico yesterday. Puerto Rico sat in a zone all game because they were preparing for today, and that was obviously an excellent coaching move by Jerry Batista and Puerto Rico, because they had that big win earlier today over Korea, and now we know that Puerto Rico making history for their country, moving on to the quarterfinals of this year's FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup. But in that game, Azania,
Yes.
China had 41 assists on 41 made baskets.
Wow.
That is absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
That
put up
is
95 points.
The last time any team in a FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup even had close to that was back in 1994. They also had 41. Not China. A team scored 41. So that's how long it has taken for someone to have 41 assists. So for China to be doing that, it just shows you how talented at every position this Chinese team is.
They're talented at each position, but then also have a backup to that position. They have a solid 10 players, and for me, if you're going to look to try and beat USA, as she misses the first free throw, if you're going to try and beat USA, you've got to have a deep bench, because your starting 5 for USA could really be a 5 that could be on the bench as well. So, and they've used their team very well, right? Yes. All 10 to 11, sometimes 12 have had solid minutes, and they feel good in this tournament.
Well, you said it, some substitutions for China as you see Li Mang back in the game. Tough left-hand layup is going to be rewarded to Belgium. And what I like is that Coach Valerie Demery here has gone to that lineup. Van Loo, tough take. Other than Van Loo, you know, he's gone to that lineup that was great for them at the end of the third quarter. Unfortunately, Lizoa Mbaka is going to pick up her 4th personal foul, only 3rd team foul.
You know what's crazy? Let's just see as oh, the first one was missed, but yeah, a big hack down. That's a foul. How quick, real quick, that 20-point lead just bust right open.
Yeah.
20 points, just like that. What were they down, 7 at half?
Yeah, and it's a 21-10 run, so plus 11 for China in the 4th quarter.
And there it is. That's the numbers, they don't lie. A 22-10 in this quarter, so China's looking strong, pound for pound, player for player, coaching staff. They're legit.
Yes, I agree.
I'm excited to see them in the next round. And they get second place.
They will with a win today, unless a miracle happens for these Belgian cats. Will finish second in Group A as Massey hits her sister. Resimont. Shot is well off, so ball back to China. Nice defensive possession.
So, do they potentially cross over with a... That Serbia game is important today. Serbia, France.
We actually don't know who's going to finish.
Crossover, yeah.
Yep.
We have to wait to Serbia, France.
We do. It's that big game later today. Yang Li Wei, how about that hustle for an offensive rebound? And a defensive rebounding foul is going to be called against Resimont.
Yeah, you're right. We don't know who crosses over because if France beat Serbia, they finish second. And that puts Serbia in that bottom 3 and 4, and they would cross over
with either China or the USA.
Oof.
And then if Serbia wins,
yeah,
Australia will finish second, Canada first. There's also a little bit of numbers going on.
Yeah.
So
right.
we need to find out. We need to wait for that
Serbia France game.
Yes.
Because Australia has Japan for the last game. We know Japan is out.
Japan is out.
What a disappointment,
Yes.
in my opinion. They're silver medalists. You know,
if Canada had beaten Australia last night, Japan would have still had a chance if they could beat Australia tonight.
Okay.
But now we know
They're
that
out,
Japan is out.
Wow,
Yang Li Wei, her layup's off the mark, and now Belgium. I think kind of just trying to finish off this game. It was a closer game. If you're just tuning in now, it was a great game. Sister to sister. Oh, but Becky Massey just can't finish. I should say twin to twin.
Do you get mad at your twin if you miss your assist? I would. I'd be like, sis, come on.
And a wide open Pan knocks down that shot.
And great teamwork and great team movement by China. Belgium use a timeout here, and their last timeout. Look, wide open. Takes a time. Nice follow through. And Belgium will have their last chat for the last minute and 59. Can they draw up something, get a stop? And we're listening in.
Mais elle était marquée, elle pouvait pas jouer. Là, tu rentres bien dans la passe, on a fixé, t'es tout seul, tu me mets pas le panier. Il faut que tu prennes tes responsabilités. Parce que quand tu donnes le ballon à une fille qui est marquée, qu'est-ce que tu veux qu'elle fasse? Ok? Donc il faut jouer. On joue pas pour soi, on joue pour l'équipe. Ok? Allez, la même énergie en défense.
I would love the translation, please, Shona, because I felt like that was quite animated. Was he angry?
I don't think he was angry. I think he was trying to motivate Becky Massey, telling her to take her responsibility. It was a timeout very much focused on Becky Massey, and he's asking her to shoot. Take your shot. Make your shots. And, you know, he says, we're playing for the team, not for you. I liked it. Well, that is his last time out. We have just under 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. China now up big over Belgium, 79-55. It was a really close and hard-fought game for, I would say, a good 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Resimont, Li Meng got a hand on that. And how about this? Number 4 for China has checked into the game.
We haven't seen her the whole time. She's played 0 minutes And usually she gets a good solid minutes for China, so that's very interesting.
Normally averages around 20.
Yeah, so that's...
Han Chu, what a pass, can't finish.
That's interesting.
Oh, sorry, Lee. Well, that's what coach asked for, and I don't think he's going to be disappointed with that. He would rather her shoot than pass up good shots, and that was a good shot.
Yeah, and talking about Lee with the ball right now, she had 12 points in their first game and 8 in the second, so she's interesting. Anyway, she's in for the last 2 minutes. Lee now.
Oh, what a block by Bailey Massey, Becky Massey, excuse me. Resimont missed 4-on-1 opportunity, or 4-on-2 by Belgium, but they kick it out and they're going to use the clock. Here is Billy Massey, and she is stripped.
And just tired bodies. We're at the 40-minute mark, pretty much. The game's over, and just... I'm tired for them, Shona. You know, good, hard, fought game, but China are just too fast. There's a lot of up and down. They're strong on the defensive end as well.
So, China, maybe their last offensive possession. Pan to Li Mang. Step back, no. She gets it back, she drives. Nice pass to Li Yuiru. And goodness me, they are a great passing and finishing team.
Yeah, really just handed that off into her stomach and said, here, finish it.
Last possession for Belgium. It's Billy Massey, three-point attempt off the front of the rim. And that is gonna do it between China and Belgium. Big fourth quarter for China as they win 81